The idea of God as Father was very strange in the Old Covenant. In fact, it was as if in the Old Testament, God was very conscious to create a standard of relationship between humanity and himself. We see it littered all over the scriptures in the Old Testament. Ezekiel 36 verse 28, it says this, "And you will live in Israel, and the land I gave your ancestors long ago. You will be my people, and I will be your God." Jeremiah 30 verse 22, quickly, it says, "You will be my people," and what happens? "And I will be your God." So you see that it was as if God was setting a standard of relationship between himself and humanity, where he is the God and we are his people. A people to God relationship was a standard of God's relationship with humanity in the Old Covenant. But I tell you today that that relationship was distant and it lacked intimacy. That is not how God wanted to relate with humanity in the first place. God wanted more than that. We see that the reason why the distance came between us and God was because of the sin in the Garden of Eden. When Adam and Eve sinned against God, the sin brought about a separation, a loss of intimacy between humanity and divinity. God was so desperate in his love for humanity that he wanted to bring us back. He wanted to restore the fellowship of Eden, the Garden of Eden. Remember, the Bible says that God will come in the cool of the day to fellowship with man, but man lost it. But God wanted to restore that fellowship, and God sent Jesus Christ as the mediator of a new covenant with himself to restore us to intimacy with the Father. And Jesus Christ in his ministry, almost like he was telling us that he has been sent to mediate a new covenant where God will no longer be God and us just his people, but now God will become a father and us his children. Matthew 5 verse 45, he says, "In that way you'll be acting as true children of your Father in heaven." Your what? Your Father in heaven. Matthew 5 verse 48, quickly, he says what? "But you are to be perfect, even as what? As your Father." And finally, Matthew 6 verse 14, there are many of them in the scriptures. It says what? "If you forgive those who sin against you, your heavenly Father." In the Old Testament it says your God, your God, your God. In the New Testament, Jesus Christ says your Father. There was a consciousness that Jesus Christ wanted to impact in us, that God is no longer just a God or a creator as you've once known him, but now he's your Father and he's deserving of intimacy.